if you ever get tired of hearing.
I'm not ready yet.
You can turn it off by going to Options, Sound, and changing the player audio to off. Stick around for 13 more must-know tips and tricks with a bonus at the end. Number 13. Take your time with the character creator. I know you're excited to get into the game, but don't give in to the urge to skip through the character customization options. Whatever you choose right now is what you'll be stuck with for the rest of the game. I should clarify, you'll be able to change your jewelry, makeup, and markings, so all the things that you never see. But the majority of how your character looks, including your face, body, and hair options, are all permanent. A special note to my druid friends, whatever hair color you choose will also be the color of your wolf and bear forms. Number 12. Make use of elixirs so you don't lose out on free experience. Okay, so not technically free, but very, very cheap. As soon as you make it to your first town, you'll be introduced to the alchemist who'll be able to help you upgrade your health potions. What you'll want to do is pick up any berries and ingredients you find out in the wild and bring it back to this NPC to craft elixirs. The type you make doesn't matter, they'll all give you a 5% XP bonus for 30 minutes. Keep a stack of these on you while you're leveling for an easy experience boost. Number 11. Party up with a friend. Another great way to boost your XP while leveling is hanging out with other players. You'll get a 5% bonus XP if there's another player in the area, and an additional 5% if they're in a party with you. There's no real downside to grouping with other people, so don't hesitate to send a party request if you see others out in the wild. Or jump into Discord with a friend and level your characters together. Number 10. The lowest level character starts the party. If you do plan to level with friends, make sure that you have the person with the least campaign progress host or start the party. This is the only way for everyone to eventually get to the same place in the main story quest. While you won't get rewards for the quests you've already completed, the monsters you kill will drop items at your level. This doesn't apply for side quests since they're not shared in the same way. Number 9. Mark items as junk for easy sorting. To avoid having to sort the same items over and over, use the Mark as Junk function. You'll be getting a ton of items, so filter out the ones you don't want as soon as you see them. Just press space when you're hovering over an item and the icon will change to gray. When you get back to town, you'll be able to get rid of them very quickly. Number 8. Salvage items for transmog and mats. Don't throw away the items you don't want. Instead, take them to the blacksmith to salvage. If there's a pickaxe icon over the item, salvaging it will give you a new cosmetic you can use in the transmog menu. Now this will only happen once per appearance type. You'll also receive materials every time you salvage, which you'll need to craft and upgrade items. Number 7. Sell everything you don't salvage. Now money is needed for almost everything in the game, from gear repair to crafting to respecking your character, so you'll want to save up some gold in your bank for the endgame. One of the easiest ways to make a bit of money is to sell your unwanted gear to the NPCs in town. By the time you reach level 50, you'll want to have a good balance of materials and money, so sell off any gear you don't need to break up into parts. Number 6. Save good legendaries. You'll come across a bunch of legendaries while you play, and some will be more useful to you than others. You may also get a drop that has a low item level but a great aspect. Hold on to these pieces because you'll be able to extract the aspects and apply them to better items. While you can do this at any time, I'd recommend waiting until the end game when you're sure of your build and you have powerful pieces to upgrade. Number 5. Save time with portals. You can use them to travel back to town at almost any point during your gameplay. If you find your bags are full, you need a health recharge, or you want to grab something out of storage, just open up the map and hit travel on a waypoint in any town. You can then freely run around and come back when you're ready. Just make sure you don't leave town or the portal will close. You can also use a portal to quickly get out of a dungeon. Just bring up the emotes wheel and select Leave Dungeon to instantly be teleported outside. Number 4. Leave the big upgrades for endgame. When you're leveling your character, you'll be picking up and replacing gear constantly. This is a great time to try out different builds and to see what you like the most. Try to avoid upgrading pieces until you reach the end of the story quest and you're ready to move on to the next world tier. While it can help you build during leveling, those upgrades will ultimately be wasted along with the money and materials you used. Number 3. Gamble for gear upgrades. Doesn't sound like a good idea? Well, it is. When you complete any world event, you'll get rewarded with a currency called Murmuring Obols. Now the only way to use it is to spend it at an NPC called the Purveyor of Curiosities, which you'll find in any large town. This vendor will allow you to gamble for upgrades to any gear slot for a fixed amount of obols each time. You can also use this currency to buy Whispering Keys, which you'll need to open randomly spawned chests. Now the cap on these is pretty low and you'll get plenty, so don't forget to spend them when you get a chance. Number 2. Focus on the campaign, at least for your first character. While it can be tempting to run around completing random quests and challenges around the map, it's better to focus on the main campaign at the start. These quests will take you through the story of the game, show you around different areas of the map, and most importantly, unlock access to a mount which will allow you to get around faster.
I need more time.
And number 1, pet the dog. Now this tip may not be the most functional on the list, but it's adorable, so I had to include it. You may have seen the dogs walking around town and wondered why they won't interact with you. To interact with the dog, you need to bring up the social menu and say hello.
Hello.
Your character will then be able to pet and befriend the dog. The dog will then hang out with you and follow you around town until you leave. Bonus tip, where to find the hidden materials menu. You won't find the materials at the bottom of your character's screen with the rest of your inventory items. To see what you have, click on the materials and stats under your profile and switch to the second tab that looks like a briefcase. Here you'll find everything you've collected and salvaged broken down by category. That's all for today. Please hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.